Oseloka Obaze resigned from Labour Party over alleged betrayal, anti-democratic actions by key ally Peter Obi. Sources: Chief Oseloka Obaze, a former secretary to the Anambra State Government and one-time close ally of Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, has resigned from the Labour Party citing anti-democratic actions and betrayal of trust allegedly orchestrated by Mr. Obi. Who is this one? Liar. Big lie. What is orchestrated by Peter Obi? Which betrayal? Which democratic actions was orchestrated by Obi? All of you are just lying. Everything just to bring Peter Obi down. Obaze, a former United Nations diplomat and 2017 governorship candidate in Anambra under the People's Democratic Party (PDP), announced his resignation in a letter dated Sunday, addressed to the Labour Party chairman in Ochuche Ward 406, Ogbaru local government area of Anambra State. In the letter, Mr. Obaze strongly condemned the conduct of the Labour Party's April 5, 2025 governorship primary in Anambra, describing the process as deeply flawed and lacking credibility. How did it lack credibility? And is Peter Obi the governor of Anambra State right now, that you are now blaming Peter Obi for betrayal or whatever? So because of that, can't people just go to APC with your full chest and say, oh, I am tired of LP, I want to go to APC? Go with your full chest. Stop using people as excuses. It was because of the flood, this one is flood, and Peter Obi is the one that caused betrayal, blah blah blah. You just be lying up and down. Go with your full chest, I beg. The processes, conduct and outcome of the Labour Party governorship primaries held on April 5, 2025 in Awka were fraught with outright irregularities, bordering on fraud and criminality, Obaze wrote. It was not in tandem with either the party's constitution and espoused core values or true tenets of democracy. Obaze formally disassociated himself from the party, stating that his resignation was both a personal protest and a defense of democratic integrity. I beg you, liar. Just go to APC that you want to go and stop deceiving us. It's a personal protest. You want to protest, cannot protest your party, so you left to another party to protest. Please, let's hear what. Credible sources told our reporters that the crisis stemmed from the alleged imposition of George Moghalu, a former national auditor of the All Progressive Congress (APC), and immediate past Director General of the National Inland Waterways Authority (NIWA), as the Labour Party governorship candidate. Moghalu reportedly joined the Labour Party on October 1, 2024 after he was sacked by President Bola Tinubu as NIWA boss. He was declared the party's consensus candidate under controversial circumstances. Party insiders alleged the process was manipulated by some members of the Julius Abure-led National Working Committee (NWC) with the backing of Mr. Obi. That's a lie. That's a big lie. If it is manipulated by Abure, it has nothing to do with Mr. Obi. Just stop lying. Stop lying. According to sources private to the matter, he has sought clarification from Mr. Obi multiple times regarding his neutrality in the primary process. Despite assurance of non-interference, Obaze later discovered that plans were already in place to back Moghalu. Oseloka Obaze approached his former boss Peter Obi several times to clarify his position on the Labour Party's 2025 Anambra governorship ticket. Obi reportedly assured him that he would remain neutral in the party's primary. Based on those assurances, Obaze agreed to serve as chairman of John Nwosu campaign organization, one of the aspirants in the Labour Party primary. One of the sources said, it was a day before the primaries that Mr. Obaze learned Peter Obi had deceived him all along. The primary process lacked any semblance of internal democracy. No delegates' congresses were held, and Moghalu emerged unopposed in a tainted and manipulated exercise, a source said. Obaze, who chaired the campaign organization of one of the aspirants, John Nwosu, reportedly saw his continued association with the party as incompatible with his values. Now, all of them they get values. Values, His resignation, according to observers, marks a major crackdown in the political campaign that once surrounded Mr. Obi. Mr. Obaze's departure adds to the growing discontent within the Labour Party. One of the sources stated the most painful part that led Obasa to sever ties with Peter Obi and resign was the complete lack of internal democracy in the Labour Party's governorship primary. So, as you have now left the Labour Party now because there's a complete lack of internal democracy, what makes you think that the APC that you are going to is not the same over there? What makes you think that it's not the same over there? Bye now, you should go to APC if you want to go. Stop lying and say it's because of internal crisis. It's because this thing does not align with my values. It's because abeg. We are tired of that information. It's already stale, abeg. There was no delegates congress and the process itself was a farce. As a result, Judge Moghalu emerged unopposed in an election riddled with corruption and manipulation, with Peter Obi's active involvement. How are you calling Peter Obi? You just said Julius Abure led this thing now with Obi's. Why are you now mentioning Obi? What is your problem? I beg you push your back well. This was the final straw for Obaze, who chose to resign and distance himself from Obi in order to preserve his integrity. Bye bye, Mr. Integrity. It is worth noting that Obaze was a seasoned diplomat at the United Nations before Peter Obi approached him in 2012, urging him to resign from the UN to help restructure his government. Obaze agreed and was subsequently appointed SSG in the same year. In recent weeks, the party has witnessed a wave of defections by lawmakers across different levels, including recent exits by members of the Enugu State House of Assembly. Sources suggest that more lawmakers are preparing to defect in the coming weeks. Political analysts say Obase's resignation is not only a personal repudiation of the party's internal processes but also a warning sign for Mr. Obi's political strategy and leadership approach ahead of the 2025 elections. What strategy? What strategy? I beg, that one just left because he wanted to leave. There's nothing happening. Obi did not do anything. He's just lying. Observers note that the fallout may prompt Obi to reassess his role in the party's internal affair. This is a moment for Peter Obi to reflect deeply. The source said he needs to go beyond social media popularity and focus on transparent, principled leadership that aligns with the democratic ideals he claims to champion. I beg, let's hear what? Liar. As the Kamalu says, they don't look for every possible way to silence Peter Obi, but they couldn't find any. If the man had taken just one cover when he was the governor of Anambra State, by now, it's either he is languishing in DSS dungeon or he is silenced for good. Yes, now. Yes, and they don't have anything on him. That is why he's still here. If they had anything on him, they would have used it against him since, because he's really their worst nightmare. And they would have done everything just to pull him down, just like they still keep trying to pull him down, and they've not succeeded, and they'll never succeed. My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. Bye.